All right, let's taxi. And the winds, actually, what did they say the wind was 290? Which, you remember which runway people are using?
Well, if it's 290, they're probably using runway 17.
I don't remember what I heard.
Well, 290 is actually, could be favoring 34, 35.
Or maybe
yes, it is.
Maybe it was 190. Okay, yep, everyone's going this way. Oh, so that answers my question.
Yep. They do what they're doing.
Yep.
Downwind 352.
Here's traffic, helicopter 0 Whiskey Romeo.
Just gonna go to the end.
Is preparing to enter the left downwind runway 35. Here's traffic.
I'll just hop onto the end of the apron here and do my thing. Out of everybody's way there. Alrighty. I might blast this car behind us, but control's free and correct, and I checked for correct movement when I did the pre-flight. Instruments. From everything I can see, the instruments are all good. Gas on correct tank. Okay, I filled up both tanks this morning. That is off. This one is on. The plan is once we get to our southernmost point, well, either Scappoose or Westland, or either of those airports, once we start heading back north, we'll switch tanks, and that'll give us plenty for the remainder of the trip.
And yeah, the cheapest place to buy gas around here is actually Shea.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll remember that in the future. Altimeter set. That is set. All right, let's do the run up, and then we'll check. Actually, let me just check these while I'm at it, and you're all buckled up here. I'm buckled up. All right, we'll do the run up, and that'll be it then. Alright, that all looks good. Alright, that's everything. So, tail approach control 121.85, which is what you told me. So, and that's, I've got 121.85 here. So at this point then call them and get my transponder code and get flight following set up, right?
Yep. You don't have to ask him for the transponder code.
No, right. And would I just start out by saying, CL approach, Luscombe 1813 kilo.
November T7.
And then wait for them to respond to me?
Pierce County, flight following to Chehalis.
Oh, so give them the whole spiel right off the bat without waiting for them, okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to do it unless he's real busy.
Gotcha, okay. Okay. But and I want flight following to Scappoose, right?
Yeah.
Or is Chehalis good enough? Because he'll hand me off anyway?
Just go ahead and tell him where you're going, your destination.
Guard 08031, contact Gray Final Controller on 128.2.
So you won't hear them answer.
Okay, and that's what I was kind of wondering.
Yeah.
Seattle approach Luscombe 1813 Kilo at Thun Field at like flight following to Scappoose.
November 27 Lima, roger, and radar services terminated, departure frequency 120.1, change to advisory approved, and there is traffic just north of the runway, altitude indicates 1000, they're currently northbound.
Now he was listening to somebody else.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Seattle approach Luscombe 1813 Kilo, departing Thun Field for Scappoose at like flight following.
And VFR off of Thun Field, say again, call sign?
Luscombe 1813 Kilo.
Control aircraft in the vicinity of Shelton Sanderson Field. Use caution, parajump activity commencing 1 minute from now from 13,000 feet.
This guy waiting for something. Alright, so he's thinking, I guess.
I'm sorry, the Luscombe Sagan, the numbers please, just the tail number only.
November 1813 Kilo.
November 1813 Kilo, squawk 0345.
0345 for Luscombe 1813 Kilo. Okay, so now I'm done with him.
No. Oh,
Oh, did I still need to wait for him to tell me to change frequency later on?
I thought he was going to tell you something else, but maybe he won't.
Because he just said Luscombe 1813 Kilo, squawk 0345.
Yeah, that's right. And so you put it on there.
But we're not done with him yet?
Is it on? And
Yeah, I mean, I punched in the code.
okay.
He sounded like, I mean, he doesn't sound like he's going to be talking anymore. Does he sound like?
No.
Okay, alright.
Usually they'll give you another frequency for airborne, but maybe he won't. Didn't. So
Okay, then should
don't worry about it.
Then I'll just call him back on that frequency,
Call him back on this frequency.
since he didn't tell me to change.
November
Okay.
5436 Echo, Seattle approach.
He's talking on a lot of different frequencies.
Right.
November 5436 Echo, I have your clearance, and just verify you're ready to copy now.
So now,
November 5436 Echo, you're cleared from the Bremerton Airport to the Hillsborough Airport via direct Olympia, Victor 165, Battleground direct. On departure, climb and maintain 4,000, expect 7,000 as a final. Departure frequency 120.1.
See, this is
squawk
clearance
4767, hold for release.
And he's delivering a clearance.
so now, will I call him back to tell him that I'm switching frequencies
You don't have to tell him that. Just call him back and say,
later on?
you might say, is this a good frequency or what, you know? Yeah, you're on 121.85.
No, but I want to go ahead
And
and
November 5436 Echo, read back correct, except
Say that
Olympia,
again.
Victor 165,
He's
Newburgh,
talking on
direct.
several frequencies.
right, but I'm going to need to change frequencies here. Do I need to tell him that I'm changing?
No, don't do it. He didn't tell you to change
November 63 Echo, did you copy the...
Don't
the
do it until he says do it.
That's a 5436 Echo. It's Olympia, Victor 165, Newburgh. That's Uniform Bravo Golf.
If he didn't say
direct.
do
The rest of
it,
your
take
clearance
off
is-
and
the
call
rest of
him
your
on this
readback is correct.
frequency.
No, but I need to switch frequencies to coordinate with traffic here in the field for my takeoff.
Oh,
and then I want to file my flight plan.
Yeah, then you can go ahead.
That's a 5436 Echo.
You don't file your flight plan here.
No, I want to do it after I get in the air.
Yeah.
But I need to switch frequencies to do it.
Yes.
And that's what I'm asking you. Do I need to call him to tell him that I need to switch frequencies to take off and file my flight plan? Or do I just forget about him and switch frequencies and do my stuff? And then call him back later?
You don't just forget about him.
So I need to call him and let him know.
Let him know what you're going to do.
Okay, that's what I was trying to find out.
Yeah, you never with anybody just change frequencies without telling them.
Right.
If you're maintaining contact with somebody, and then you just switch off, and then they have something they want to say to you.
That's what I was trying to ask you.
Yeah, well, it makes sense.
Okay. Because I do need to switch frequency. I need to talk on 2 more frequencies before I worry about the flight following now. So, call Seattle approach, Luscombe 13 Kilo. I need to change frequencies for departure and filing my flight plan. And then, why is that funny? I mean, what do I tell him? I don't know what to tell him.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to figure all this out here.
Well, you can do whatever you want.
Well, I want to try to do it the best way.
I would just go ahead and switch. But you're not ready to switch yet anyway.
Well, I think...
Now, he's not going to call you back on that frequency. Apparently. He hasn't yet.
No, it doesn't seem like it.
Okay, so he's not going
But then will I call him back on that frequency?
You can. You should. You call
Gotcha.
him back.
Okay.
He didn't give you a frequency to change to.
Nope. Okay, then I will go ahead and...
He may not even have paid any attention what frequency you were on.
All right, then here's 122.7.
He'll be talking on this one also.
Then I switch to 122.7, which I'll need to take off here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and go 122.3.
35, full stop, Pierce.
There's 122.3. Then when I'm in the air, I can switch to that.
Skyhawk 20053, and clear of runway 35, Pierce.
And file my flight plan. And then I can switch back to him. All right. Got it. Does it sound like I'm doing it right there?
Yeah.
Pierce County, Cessna 360, Charlie is not turning final, runway 35, full stop, Pierce.
We get a bunch of wind here or what?
Traffic, helicopter 0, Whiskey 1,
Probably
clear,
from him.
Pierce.
Because we're getting bumped around here.
I don't see a lot of wind on that one side.
But you can feel that, right?
Well, it's probably this guy over here running up.
Oh, that guy. I bet that's what it is. I bet you're right. All right. I'm going to pull up behind this guy. Alright, I'm going to turn my phone on. Start my stopwatch here in a minute. As soon as this guy takes off. Boy, lots of traffic here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us sitting here.
Pierce County traffic, cap 4680, taking runway 35 for departure to the east. Pierce.
All right. Looks clear on final. Pierce County traffic, Luscombe 1813 Kilo is taking off runway 35. We'll make a downwind departure and then depart the area to the southwest, Pierce County.
Pierce County traffic, RV 454 Tango Foxtrot, turning on the 45 for left downwind. 35, we'll be looking for the downwind traffic.
We're in the air.
Yep.
Buckfield traffic, red one is departing 35.
I just started my timer here, so hopefully we'll get to my first checkpoint
04.
within a couple minutes of what the plan was. All right.
Yeah. But don't start timing on that until you're heading south.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking about that.
Traffic, 4635,
But I just...
35, straight out, Pierce County.
I was feeling like there was too much for me to think about, but you're right. I got enough time. I'll wait a couple minutes here. Pierce County traffic, Luscombe 1813 Kilo, turning left, crosswind for runway 35, Pierce County.
Pierce County traffic, RV 454 Tango Foxtrot, turning left downwind for 35, full stop, Pierce.
Turning left downwind?
Yeah.
Where's that?
Pierce County, Cessna 360, Charlie, staying up runway 35, staying in the pattern, Pierce.
Where's the guy turning left downwind?
I don't know.
I don't see anybody coming here. And the cap guy went northeast. Pierce County traffic, Luscombe 1813 Kilo, turning left downwind for runway 35. We'll extend the downwind and make a departure to the southwest, Pierce County. Yeah, that was strange.
Luscombe Valley traffic, anybody on?
And I'm not going to, actually I'm just going to level off here because we got some clouds right there. I don't think we're going to...
Traffic, RV 454 Tango Foxtrot, turning left base for 35, full stop, Pierce.
I don't think we're going to make our 2,500 foot altitude, but that's okay.
Pierce County RV Papa Yankee is 3 miles to the west with intentions of entering a left downwind on the 45.
Okay, now you want to start your timing for
Right.
your route.
Right. There we go.
Pierce County traffic, Cessna 221 Tango Juliet, departing runway 35, left coast traffic, Pierce.
And
Traffic, RV 454 Tango Foxtrot, turning final for 35, full stop, Pierce.
Traffic inbound for Luscombe, do you have ADSB in? Will you do me a favor and see if you can get me on ADSB? I'm doing a little test flight here.
Pierce County Cherokee, or rather RV Papa Yankee.
And now,
left downwind.
right clear.
35, Pierce.
Clear right. I'm going to turn to 243. That's what I got on my paperwork.
243.
Yep. And I think this is probably a good altitude. I got clearance below the clouds.
Yeah.
And I want to actually keep going. 240. Okay. All right. So I've got 11 minutes is what I'm looking for my first checkpoint. And that checkpoint will have, I think it's Yelm off to the right and an airport off to the left. Okay, now actually, 122.3, I want to file my flight plan. And that'll be with Seattle radio, 123.
Yeah, we should be talking to flight following.
Well, Seattle radio, Luscombe 1813 Kilo. I'd like to open my flight plan from Thun Field to Scappoose.
November 1813 Kilo, Seattle radio, understand activation of flight plan, 0 Bravo.
Did you understand what he said? He heard my call sign. Luscombe 1813 Kilo, had a little trouble hearing that. Is my flight plan open now?
November 13 Kilo, that flight plan has been activated. We do appreciate pilot reports for additional en route weather contact flight service. If there's nothing else for you at the present, there's an airment for IFR. They're saying VFR not recommended, but don't show any actual IFR across the route. If there's nothing else for you at the present, you have a good day.
13 Kilo, thank you very much. All right, good. Now, I want to go back to 121.85.
And November 36 Echo, proceed direct to Olympia VOR, resume on navigation.
Let's see if we can get a little more altitude. I don't know what his radar coverage is at 1,500 feet.
So then I'll call back to Seattle.
Correction, reach 815 heavy, descend and maintain 4,000, fighting 250.
Seattle approach then. So... Seattle approach Luscombe 1813 Kilo, just departed Thun Field, headed for Scappoose. I'd like to open, or I'd like flight following if I could.
VFR calling off of Puyallup, Sunfield, Sagan, call sign.
November 1813 Kilo.
Mike, tell him what you're squawking.
November 1813 Kilo, squawk 0346.
46.
0346 for 13 Kilo.
Reach 815 heavy, descend and maintain 3,000.
Okay.
All right, so
You're headed right for the restricted area.
Contact 6 miles south of McCord Airport, verify 2,000.
oh really?
Yep.
Because when I did the flight planning, it looked like we would come just to the left of it.
3 Kilo radar contact, verify 2,000.
Affirmative, 2,000 for 1813 Kilo.
November 13 Kilo, roger, you do have traffic off your left, 9 o'clock, 4 miles. To be turning northbound to heavy C-17, descending to 3,000, caution right turbulence.
Okay, take a look.
Reach 185, heavy turn, right heading 320.
Here's the restricted area. You're not heading toward Yelm.
Reach 815, heavy, affirmative.
All right, well, maybe my flight planning is wrong then, huh?
Turn left about 20 degrees.
November 0 Sierra Bravo, descend maintain 5,000 and fly heading 360.
I'm doing this just to keep
November
you from running into
turn left
now you're on a good course
290.
for a Yelm.
Huh. Yeah. All right, well, I'm not sure why, unless the compass is just still out of whack, I'm not sure.
815 heavy, fly heading 310, maintain 3,000, intercept the local buzzer.
Well, you look for
November T7
things on the ground you recognize that you're supposed to be flying over,
maintain 3,000,
and you adjust your course to stay on course.
Can you push your mic closer to your mouth just a little bit?
Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
All right.
That's much better.
Regardless of what your compass is telling
yeah, no,
you,
I gotcha.
you gotta look at the ground, and you gotta look for checkpoints on the ground, and find them on the map and see where you are.
Yeah.
See, we were heading out toward that open field over there, and that's going to take you right on Fort Lewis.
Yeah.
Reach 815, heavy 5 miles from span cleared, localizer, runway 34 approach. Reach 815, heavy contact McCord Tower. November 72 Lima, flighting 240 to intercept the final report established, maintain 2,500. November 27 Lima, flighting 240, intercept final, maintain 2,500.
Have you identified anything to determine where we are now?
Well, in 3 minutes.
You wait 10, 15 minutes, you could be pretty far off course. You got to follow where you are continuously.
Yeah. So my first checkpoint, I've got a Yelm to the right and an airport to the left. I think that's the airport right there. And I'm at 9 minutes, so I think I'm probably pretty close to where I want to be.
November 0 Sierra Bravo, flighting 330.
I agree now that you're where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how I...
57 Lima, roger, 2 miles from Womack, cleared.
Well, you know, you were going by what the compass says, and you weren't verifying it by what you saw on the ground.
Gotcha.
You need to get yourself established on course right away.
7.1, change to advisory frequency approved.
And if, you know, start looking at things and so you recognize where you are.
Yeah, okay.
And pick out some landmarks that's along your course right away that you can easily recognize.
Some that are closer, yeah. So is that the airport right there?
Well, I can't tell you from here. It's where the airport ought to be.
I think maybe there's just a bunch of puddles in the middle of it. Yeah, I'm not sure.
November 1813 Kilo, and say again your destination.
Luscombe via Chehalis.
See, you did that and you didn't tell him who you are.
Gotcha. Yeah, Luscombe 1813 Kilo, our initial stop will be Centralia, Chehalis.
And November 13 Kilo, roger.
Maybe that's not a runway.
And November 13 Kilo, just verify you do have the weather at Chehalis.
13 Kilo, negative, we do not have the weather yet at Chehalis.
And calling with the cancellations again? November 9227 Lima, IFR cancellation, walk 1200, change to advisory frequency approved.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure. So this is Yelm, right? Is this Yelm right here?
Looked like it to me.
So maybe I did not actually.
Central aircraft, be advised, parachute operations in the vicinity of Shelton Airport, 13,000 and below, commencing in the next few minutes.
Maybe I did not.
Well, we went by Western Airport. It was on our left. We passed it already.
Okay, I just maybe had some trouble picking it out, I guess. All right, but I got the timer going again.
Pop negative, just continue on your present flight path. November 390, fighting 200, intercept the localizer, report established, descend and maintain 3,000.
So in 7 minutes, we should pass a tower on our left. I'm wondering if it's on top of that hill there.
Well, you could be able to tell by analyzing the terrain on the map.
Right.
And the tower actually gives you a altitude elevation, a sea level elevation.
13 Kilo, you said you were unable to get the weather at Chehalis?
This is 13 Kilo. We just have not tuned into that frequency yet. We did get a weather briefing earlier this morning, though.
November 13 Kilo, Roger. I can read you the weather if you're ready to copy.
13 Kilo, go ahead.
November 13 Kilo, the Chehalis 2115 automated weather report. Wind 320 at 6. Visibility is 2.5 miles with haze. Scattered layer at 2,100. Temperature 7, dew point 3. Altimeter 3010.
13 Kilo, thank you for that weather.
Okay, tell him maybe that we may not stop there. If the weather's bad, we're going to go on to Scappoose.
Okay.
Let him know what you're doing.
Seattle approach, Luscombe 1813 Kilo. If the weather stays like that, we'll just continue past Chehalis on to Scappoose.
November 390, copy of the weather at Olympia. November 13 Kilo, you said you're just going to overfly Chehalis then?
November 13 Kilo, affirmative.
November 13 Kilo, Roger, and you can expect a termination of radar in the next 5 miles here before you exit my airspace. Center won't be able to provide flight following at that altitude.
13 Kilo, Roger.
So did you identify these hills on the map?
I did not.
November 8 Echo Papa, contact Kettle approach 128.3. November 0 Sierra Bravo, fly heading 360.
Yeah, maybe right here.
November 0 Sierra Bravo, descend maintain 4,000.
Yeah, I'm thinking right along here. Although this is my next checkpoint with a tower,
Approach with request again.
and we're early for that one. Should be another 3.5 minutes.
I see a tower over there.
Well,
And what's the identifier for that?
my original course. I mean, the line on the map would have made sense.
The line on the map. You think you left the course now?
Yes.
Okay.
But then again, remember, we turned quite a bit to the left of where I was aiming originally, right? So that kind
originally you were heading right toward the middle of the restricted area.
I get it. I understand.
You weren't on course.
Okay, well then.
You were right of course.
Okay, in that
Ever
case.
since you turned to that heading, you were flying further right of course.
Look at those birds. Anyway, then in that case, maybe that's not my tower.
Have you been tracking the same course that you turned to before?
Yeah, the one that you had me turn to. We were
502 Charlie Sierra, Seattle approach ident.
What was it?
Maintain
220.
Okay.
Well, or maybe.
2 Charlie Sierra, radar contact 2 miles south of Olympia, VOR, verify climate 3100.
Oops. Yeah.
November 2 Charlie Sierra, roger. November 2 Charlie Sierra, and proceed direct to Winlow and resume on navigation.
Yeah, and that tower actually doesn't make sense.
Correction, November 2 Sierra, correction, November 2 Charlie Sierra, amend your
Is there nothing else for you to check?
Because I didn't expect to see that tower until 7 minutes, and we're not at we're at 5.5. You know what? I bet it's this thing right here.
What is that?
November 2 Charlie Sierra, climb and maintain 9,000.
Maybe that factory?
November 0 Sierra Bravo, contact shuttle approach on 128.5.
Maybe that's the thing I have on my map.
No. You're way past where that
services
is.
terminated, squawk and maintain
What's that?
exchange approved.
You're way past where your finger was.
Oh, we're way past this?
Yeah.
Well, 11 minutes to here, 7 minutes to here. I don't know. I feel like we're not too far off.
Okay.
But you're saying we're way past this?
I think so. Yep.
And I don't see these lakes. It's hard to make out those, pretty small lakes on the map.
And November 3-1 kilo approach.
Is that for Luscombe 1813 kilo?
November 13 kilo affirmative. Radar services terminated. Squawk and maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. Good day.
Thanks for your help. Luscombe 1813 kilo.
He's saying that we're flying too low to get...
13 kilo, squawk 1200. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved.
Luscombe 1813 kilo. Thanks for your help. Okay, so I'm 1200 now. Now at this point, so he didn't give me another frequency.
80342. Radar.
He said that we're flying too low to get Seattle Center. So
and
there's nothing available here because we're flying too low.
Right, and there'd be nothing. Right, gotcha. Seattle Center couldn't take us, and we're way too low for any help from Portland.
You won't get any help from Portland here.
Right.
You're way out of their free.
Right.
You're not anywhere near Portland's area of coverage.
I got it. I got it. Okay, so I had a 7-minute checkpoint on my map. This is 8 minutes.
What?
I'm wondering if this is what I had on my map.
I would...
Or if I missed the tower. Or if I just missed my checkpoint altogether. I don't know. I'm not sure.
You did.
I just missed it? You think this is not it at all?
Yeah. So do you think there's anything else you could identify down here on the map? You look for something on the ground and then you try to identify it on the map. See? In other words, if you don't know where you are, you're not going to be able to look on the map and look outside and see it if you're 10 miles away from it, are you?
Well, these lakes are pretty small. I'm not seeing them.
What else is there around here?
There's power lines.
See, I see a highway we're going over. You're looking on the map, and then you're looking for what you're looking for on the ground. What I see down here is a double track alongside of a highway.
Yep.
See if you can find that somewhere along your route. Should be somewhere near the route, let's hope. You know what it would look like?
There's a river.
You think we're left or right of course, or what?
Well, so I'm thinking this is Centralia Chehalis right in front of us.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that the airport, I think we're on course right now.
I think you are too. But what I'm trying to say is, if you want to identify your position, look on the ground.
No, I understand. I got it.
And they don't have to be real significant, but don't get hung up on just one thing.
I got you. Like that power plant. Don't look just at that.
Yeah, it may be nowhere near your route.
Nope, I got you. All right, so So let's see, 118.025.
We are actually quite a bit right of course. About a mile right. You see the airport?
Yep, I think so.
Okay, you see, does it look like 2.5 miles of visibility?
It looks good to me.
It does me too.
Visibility 2.5. Haze. Sky conditions few at 2,000.
See, they're reporting 2.5 miles.
7 Celsius.
That's way out of whack.
3 Celsius. Altimeter 3010. Inches of mercury.
What's your compass reading now?
It's about the same as what it has been since we left, since you had me turn further to the left.
Okay.
Yeah. See how my initial course was off. Chehalis traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilos at 1500, 2 miles northeast of the field. Gonna overfly and look at the windsock.
No, it's not amazing. It's not amazing that they might get floods here, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty flat, right? Lots of little lakes everywhere.
We got that 172 that I had in the hangar there. It was sitting in 4 feet of water down here on the airport when the guy abandoned it.
Chehalis traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilos, overflying the field at 1600. Going to take a look at the windsock. Chehalis.
What's the traffic pattern altitude?
Chehalis traffic from
12.
Uniform. Could you tell me what which runway the wind is favoring?
1200 feet.
3-4, Chehalis.
Okay, thank you.
The guy just told him that on Unicom, he said 3-4 is usually.
I'm not sure I agree with that.
Auburn traffic, Skyhawk 90 Romeo Alpha, turning downwind, south departure Alpha downwind, Auburn.
Okay, we got a guy taxiing out there.
If they're using 3-4, then we have to use 3-4.
Nope, it looks good, and that's the direction he's going.
He's going to be taken off on 3-4, right?
Yep.
Well, that's what the guy.
Yeah, that's what the guy on the radio said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was probably the guy that's taxiing out.
Gotta want that for now. 1200. So it's a right-hand pattern for 16. So it's left-hand for 3-4. So my altitude's okay. So I'm gonna fly out this way and do a teardrop in for a left downwind for 3-4. Chehalis traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilo. I'm at 1700, headed northwest. I'm gonna fly a few miles and do a teardrop for 45 to runway 34, Chehalis.
Auburn traffic, Sundown 589, turning left downwind 34 Auburn.
Oh. That was Auburn.
Yep.
We were listening to. traffic. Sky 76 Romeo, taking off 34.
Clear right.
Skyboost traffic, Cessna 299 4 miles southeast, maneuvering for 45 to Grand Tree for runway 33, Skyboost.
Chehalis traffic, Cessna 170 uniform with views 2 to the west on an extended left base for 34. Chehalis.
Chehalis traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilos on a 45 for left downwind for runway 34, Chehalis.
Now, what's the traffic pattern altitude?
It's 1200.
You're not supposed to descend into the pattern.
Oh, okay, it should
You're
have.
supposed to be level before you get to the pattern.
Okay.
Tower traffic 278, 3 miles south of field 1100, exiting the area to the south, last call, over.
Hovering traffic, Sundown 589, left station, we're on this.
Chehalis traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilos on a left downwind for runway 34, Chehalis.
Chehalis traffic, uniform with views base to final 34.
Okay.
You see somebody?
Yep, that gal that just called base to final.
She's on final, yeah.
Yep. Chehalis traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilos, turning left base for runway 34, Chehalis.
See, we could make a nice high rep to flight service, telling them that that 2.5 miles is bogus.
Yeah.
The visibility here is 10 miles plus.
Chehalis traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilos, turning final for 34, Chehalis.
Skyboost traffic, Cessna 298 3 miles east, turning on.
Zero uniform with views clear 34 at Chehalis.
Chehalis traffic, it's Charlie Golf Golf, uniform, say 10 miles to the south inbound for landing. We'll fly overhead the field and join the left-hand downwind runway 34. Conflicting traffic advised, Golf uniform.
118.025, your AWAS for Chehalis.
Chehalis traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilos, clear of runway 34, Chehalis.
Shellman traffic, 2 minutes, skydiving direct over the field, 35 below, use caution there, Shell.
Gonna stop here for a second so we can discuss the plan.
Oh, I was just going to point out some things.
Okay.
But, yeah, the course that you actually were flying was pretty close.
You mean that I started on or that you put me on?
No, that you started on.
Well,
but when we were just about on that course when but we were heading right across the middle of here.
Shayla, traffic citation 510 Delta
Well,
Victor
I
is
don't
on
know
a high right base.
how that happened, but
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, if you take off and then you fly downwind, you're going to be, and then this thing shows us going right by the end of Shady Acres there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we could have used that as kind of a guide.
Yeah.
And then, this is the mountain highway here we crossed over, but that wouldn't have helped you that much. Coming down here, now we were a little right of course here. We were right over in here, not very far off. But these towers here are right on top of the hills. See, that one's at 1,500 feet. This one, oh, wait a minute. That's a tower, that's a hilltop there.
Okay.
This one is 360 feet above the ground, but it's about 819 feet above sea. I don't see they show these to be about the same. Anyway, you see this tower right here? It's not a tower, that's the smokestacks you were looking at.
Oh.
And then these are digs for...
Oh, well, what was I pointing? Was I pointing at this when I said...
Yeah,
I think I was pointing at this when we were actually here, so I'm not sure exactly what I did.
You had your finger almost right over these railroad tracks, which that's on the north side of these hills that go through here.
Yeah.
The hills are right here.
Yeah.
They're not really all that high.
Right.
But we were tracking just a little right of course.
Okay.
And we went off to the right of these smokestacks.
Yeah.
But not too far. And
but that's right, exactly. That was my checkpoint.
Was right on the course.
Yeah.
And we were off to the right of it.
Right, which is exactly what I've got on the map.
Oh, yeah? Looks to me like you're right over them.
Oh, what's this thing?
Well, that's another smokestack.
Oh, that's not the same thing?
Or it could be a tower.
Okay.
Actually, it's 270 feet high, so I don't know.
But you're saying that factory was this thing right here that we flew right over the top of, or that this line is on top of?
Maybe not. The 270 would seem more like it than oh no, that's 173. No, that's 470. That's pretty high for a smokestack.
Yeah, I don't know.
273 is more like it.
All right, so
this shows a double stack.
Right.
Double tower, and that's probably the smokestacks right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now we're gonna fly almost straight south, a little bit east of south. To Kelso.
I do not see that railroad track and highway that I was trying to point out.
Yeah.
I don't see it on here. Oh well. Okay, now going out of here.
Yeah, so we're gonna take off. We'll just extend our downwind and go straight out.
Okay, and now these are what's the variation here?
15 degrees.
Okay, so these are about 165, right? This line here is 165. What's your outbound course?
I've got 189 written on the map here, or written on this sheet.
I think that was your mistake.
Yeah, I still don't understand.
What you did was you plotted your variation backwards. You got almost 190 degrees. That would be going this way.
Oh. Right.
East is least,
No,
west is best.
I understand. I'm not sure why I did it wrong.
You have to subtract from your true course when we have easterly variation.
Well, yeah, I'll need to think about that when we get back home.
I thought that might have been what you... Because it should be around 220.
So, west is best. What is that telling me? It's telling me subtract?
Add the right...
I did add.
No, westerly variation. You add
it's just telling you which way to add it.
Yeah. No, you subtract it. Because the variation is east, it's not west. Where's your line? Let's find a... Heck is... Oh, here we go. East. That's what that E stands for. 16 degrees east.
Yeah.
East is least. Subtract it.
Yeah, I added it.
Yep.
So I've got 174 as the true course here.
Okay.
So it should really be like 160.
160, 159.
159. All right, well, let me try that. 159.
Okay, see, because this is 165. This one, right?
Oh, that's not true?
No, that's not. That's true north. That would be 180 if it was true south. It's 165 because it's magnetic south.
No, I know, yeah.
So this is 165. So 159 is pretty close to this.
Okay. All right, well, let's try 159 then.
Okay.
And see if we can't get to that airport.
And how? So, but you want to find out by the time you're, say, here, that you're on course.
Yeah.
Okay, we got I-5 going down here all the way. Can pretty well use that.
Let me see here. Oh, right.
If you want to stay on course, take up a heading.
So 159, and I've got my first checkpoint at Winlock, which is right. It's right there on I-5.
Right.
So we'll see if we get to Winlock.
Oh, wait a minute. That's not I-5. I-5's over here.
Okay, but there's some road that Winlock will be on, and that we'll be flying over.
What is it about that road at Winlock? It's a highway and a railroad. Railroad being on the left. And it looks like a multiple track. See the double crosses?
Yeah.
That means it's a double... Hey.
All right, so we'll do 159. And we'll look for the railroad and the road and Winlock.
Yeah, but you should be able to pretty well tell where you are.
And that should be
before you
10
ever
miles.
get to Winlock. Because here's a power line here that curves off to the left, and we go over it. This was just as it was curved. It looks like it. Oh, there's a power line goes down this way. Other one that comes up here. So we got an intersection right there. Intersection of power line. See this power line? This power line cross each other.
So about halfway before we get to my first checkpoint to Winlock, we should see
a couple miles from the airport.
Bunch of power lines, yeah. All right, so 159.
Well, those power lines should look like this.
They should converge.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta look for detail. Okay, where's my glass? Took them off.
Out here.
Oh, there we are. Yeah, I'm good about throwing them away.
All right.
Okay.
All right, let's give it a whirl.
When you opened your flight plan, did you tell them what time you took off?
And Shales traffic, Skyline 770, turn left base 34, Chehalis.
Or did they just open it when you called?
They just opened it.
Okay. So they don't know when you took off.
Well,
they don't know where you are at the time that you called them.
Well, I opened it after we were in the air, so.
Right. But what I'm trying to say is that if you opened it 15 minutes after you departed, they would count the time from that time, not the time you took off.
And that actually would buy us a little extra time before they would begin to look for us.
Yes,
so sitting here for a few minutes doesn't
hurt anything.
That's why
I'm trying to point it out.
Yep, okay. Alright, I'm going to do just a quick run up.
So it only took us about 33 minutes to make that whole trip. Is that about right?
I would need to go back and do the math again. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a lot I'm having to think about on this trip, so if you ask me something like that, I probably won't know the answer right off the bat.
Well, I remember what my log looked like after I completed my first flight.
Clear runway 34.
Chehalis traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilos, taking off runway 34. We'll be departing the area to the south, Chehalis. I don't see anybody, the trim is set. We're still on the same fuel tank, which is good. There we go.
River had a hard time finding a track.
What's that?
The river had a hard time finding a place to go.
We got some birds here.
Our traffic light.
I'll keep going until I'm past those birds, I think, and maybe go around them. Chehalis traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilo, turning left crosswind for runway 34, Chehalis. So, we wanted 159, which actually is runway heading. So we'll just keep going in this direction.
Yeah, 159 doesn't sound quite right to me.
What's that?
Looking at it on the map there, I'm thinking 159 wouldn't be right.
And Shales traffic, Skyline 770 is turning left downwind, well behind the Luscombe. Shales. Traffic, turning right crosswind, runway 33.
Yeah, that's runway heading is.
Yeah.
That's runway 16.
Okay, where do you? 160 is. Well, that's only 5 degrees left of straight south. It seemed to me like you're a little more than that. Or you should be a little more than that.
A little bit more easterly?
Yeah. Don't you think? Looking at your map, the line you put on your map, you think that's only 5 degrees off the straight south? It could be. This line right here?
Yep. So that's 174. That's 6 degrees off.
Shales traffic, Skyline 770, turn left base 34, Shales.
1,500 feet below, use cautionary shell.
Oh, and I forgot to start my timer.
I wrote you down here at 253.
19 Kilo Sierra, turning right base, runway 33, complete full stop.
Oh, my traffic. Cessna 152, Bravo Tank.
So we don't want I-5. There should be, okay, I got a highway right here. And we want that highway. There should be a town on that highway. That's Winlock.
Oh, how far is Winlock?
6 miles. Is that Winlock? Yeah, everything's just kind of scattered around.
Smooth traffic, RV 570 Bravo Charlie is 3 miles out on a 45 to right downwind 33 full stop.
No, I think it's 13 miles, I think.
Okay, traffic Cessna 298, turning right base.
Yeah, I think it's 13 miles. Should be 8 minutes.
78, just turn right downwind 33. Yeah, please.
And that's the highway right there. Maybe with the water tower right there. But we're going well to the west of 159, right?
Traffic 1 minute.
You see that stretch of clear space down there that goes parallel to us and turns?
Yeah, those power lines?
Yeah. You remember what those should look like?
Oh, that we want to see a few different power lines come together.
33 full stop number 2 behind 678 traffic impact.
That means you should be seeing a power line
Ah, yeah, there's a power substation right there. I forgot about that. Okay.
Okay.
So that's where they all come together. There's a substation, and then this has got to be Winlock right here.
This right here.
What do you mean? Well, the power lines coming into the station, into the substation. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. So you just went over that substation.
Right.
Where all those power lines come together.
Yep.
Now you've got a power line that comes over here, makes us turn, and parallels our course, and then crosses.
Yeah, and I think this has to be Winlock right here.
Well, let me see. What's your heading now?
Well,
traffic 678 final 33.
What's your heading on? Look on your compass.
It says east.
Right. That's true. Which way are we supposed to be going?
Closer to south.
Almost straight south.
Yeah.
Over here. You're heading almost straight for I-5.
So is that not Winlock then?
I don't think so. But I couldn't tell you.
Well, then then there must be some other place where power lines all come together, huh? Because we flew over the spot where the power lines all come together.
Well, you made a big turn, I'm sure. You must have, because you were heading almost south, and now you're turning and going back to the south.
I don't know.
See the way the layout of this land is? That's straight south. That's how they
the
survey
grid.
land.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what town that was. That kind of made sense that would be...
There's a lot of little towns.
No, that's what makes this difficult around here.
Well, that's why you have to get something that is a little more prominent.
On a high left base landing runway.
So...
Now you're heading...
And that's I-5.
Yeah, but we're pretty well left the course where we...
Huh?
We're a little bit left the course where we should have got into.
Right. Right. Well, actually, we should be...
You're almost right on you're parallel in the course right now. Take a look and see what you got there.
Because we want to
almost 160, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. then you're parallel on the course, you're just a little left of it. That's
right.
all.
Huh. Well, I'm curious what that town was if it wasn't Winlock.
It might have been. I don't know.
But that's funny. I've got us going right next to it, and if I was flying way off, pointed in the wrong direction, then...
You were heading right for that mountain over
No, I know.
You turned.
I know.
You just didn't notice. That's okay. It can happen.
Yeah, I think there's another airport that I've got here on our course to land at, and it's over that way, but I don't see it. But it's several miles that way, so I probably
No, you'd see it.
would have trouble seeing it.
You should be able to see it. I see it. It's just behind the wing out there about 5 miles.
Okay.
Runs east and west.
Well, in that case, we should be around here.
Yeah.
Well,
This right here is kind of an anomaly. These lines are not north, south, east, west over here.
Oh. Let me do one thing here. Yeah, okay, so we're going to be on the same frequency for the next airport. So...
You might have been at Winlock, I don't know.
Well, I certainly didn't get there in the correct way, I don't think.
Well...
And here's another town I've got marked on here. What is this? Kind of hard to read. Go Castle Rock? Should be.
What happens before you get to Castle Rock? Anything else that happens? Like other prominent landmarks?
Some hills off to the right, maybe? Maybe these hills here?
How about off to the left? There's hills too, right?
Well...
How about finding
no hills that
a little
stand
more...
out.
How about I-5?
Yeah, it's where it should be. It's off to our left.
Okay, what else you're going to get to before you get to Castle Rock?
Oh, are we going to pass a road and some railroad tracks?
No, something even more prominent.
Some lakes. Those are just big lake off to the left, although it's almost like more like swampland. There's a river that's crossing I-5 here. But again, I don't know if that's before
What
Castle Rock.
you should be able to do by looking on the map, you should be able to tell me. Can you find that river on the map?
Is that the river that... Yeah, right there. In fact, I've got an X on it.
Look at this river. It goes over there and then it goes down that way in that gully out there. See where the lowland is?
Yeah.
That follows the river.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're right here. So we're right here.
I can't tell.
I actually have an X on the map.
Yep. But we should be just on the other side of that river bend, right? That's our, see the river bend is right here.
Right, and this is I-5 right here.
And here's I-5.
Okay.
And we should be, and we're actually right about here.
Alright, I'm going to veer off a little bit and kind of get over that river.
Now that river is a whole lot easier to recognize than a lot of other things. And how far is it to Castle Rock?
Well, at this point...
See, you're a long ways from Castle Rock.
Yeah, it's up here. Yeah, Castle Rock, that's maybe 8 or 10 miles.
Yeah. So you have to look at the detail on the ground and then find it on the map.
Yeah.
Rather than looking on the map for something.
Gotcha.
You can
see what I can see out the window.
Nowhere near you.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Like we were 20 miles from Castle Rock when you were looking for it.
Yeah. And at this point, there's no reason for me to go over there. I'll just...
No, I don't think so.
I'll just stay over the freeway. Well, this isn't working out nearly as well as I had hoped it would. But it sure is good practice.
Okay, your course, required course is about 160, isn't it?
Well,
59?
If I had stayed on course the whole time correctly.
We're a little left of course.
Right.
Not too far. Maybe a mile.
Yeah.
We're on the left side of the river. Now, we're flying on a heading of 180.
Yep.
Okay, so that is 20 degrees almost to the right of our intended course.
159.
Right? So if you held this course, you'd be pretty far off course by the time you got to Scappoose, wouldn't you? Probably wouldn't even be able to find it. So it's a good idea to establish where the course is so that you can get on course. If you hold this heading,
Alright, so this has to be Castle Rock right here.
And you're supposed to be right over Castle Rock, huh?
Yep.
Just to the
right.
A
little bit to the right of it, yeah.
Okay.
But pretty close.
Okay, so when you get over there, just to the right of it, just aim off to the right, get across the river.
Yeah, because here at Castle Rock, I-5 veers off a little bit that way, and that's what I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
So that's good.
What you want to do is get on 160 when you're on course and hold it. Keep it on one, pick out something that's ahead of you and head for that.
Yeah.
Pick out something that's ahead of you when you're on the course.
Okay, and that's an easy way to keep going in the same direction then.
Right.
Gotcha.
You won't wander all over the sky.
Okay.
You won't be heading toward Mount St. Helens.
If I just keep flying towards that smoke, or those smokestacks, that's easy.
Well, yeah, but that's pretty far off course.
No, but I mean, as an example, I could pick those if that's where I wanted to go.
Right.
And it's easy to keep flying towards those.
Yeah, or even something closer to the horizon, you know?
Yeah. So this is Castle Rock right here. It's got to be Castle Rock.
Okay. Now you're pretty close. Don't bank the airplane. Keep the airplane level for a minute and look and see what this is. It's about 155, isn't it?
Right.
So make a short, this is a little bit of a turn to the left, and then level out. Level out now. Okay.
And then we'll let this catch up to us.
This is going to be just about your course.
Yeah.
Scappoose should be straight ahead of you now. So find something near the horizon that'll give you a pretty good idea where you're going.
Actually.
And it'll take you to Scappoose.
Yeah. Based on this map here, I believe, see how the river gets really wide straight ahead of us there? It's kind of fat there. If we fly just on the left edge of that, I think that should take us right to the runway.
The left edge of it.
Of that big that river that's going straight ahead here, about halfway between.
What river is that?
It's whatever this one is.
Oh, this here's the Cowlitz.
Oh, the Cowlitz, okay.
What do you think that other one is? It looks to me like it goes out.
No, I'm talking about where the Cowlitz gets kind of wide.
Oh, okay.
Before the,
I got it, but I'm looking farther on down. I'm looking for, like, look at the contour of the horizon.
Yeah.
There's kind of a little saddle, a fairly flat saddle out there, and those clouds, you know.
Yeah, gotcha.
It's very difficult to get completely lost on this trip.
Yeah.
Because of the big landmarks that you have, like the Columbia River.
Right. And I-5 right here.
And that the Columbia River turns south right at Longview.
Yeah, and Kelso is really close to where the Cowlitz dumps into the Columbia, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's just around the bend there, just on the other side of that.
You mean the airport?
Oh, no, just, I see the airport there, I think.
Yep, that's it.
I'm going to go ahead and make a radio call. Kelso traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilo, 8 miles to the north. At 2,000, we'll overfly the field, take a look at the windsock for a full stop, Kelso. And 12 is a right-hand pattern. So we'll see which way the wind goes, and I may have to do my first right-hand pattern ever. And field elevation should be right at 1,000, or pattern altitude, because the field is, I think, 20 feet. So actually I'll come down.
So wasn't it about 2:15 that you called them? Opened the flight plan?
It would have been, you mean 1:15?
2:15.
Oh, did we leave that late?
It was 2:04 when you lifted off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
It was around 2:10 maybe, 2:15. Right now it is 3:70.
Okay.
That's an hour and 10 minutes so far almost. You think you gave them an hour 20, didn't you? For the whole flight.
Yeah, down to Scappoose.
Right. What time do you think it's going to be when we get there? Just Scappoose.
More than an hour and a half, I would say.
Yeah.
So what would you do at this point then?
I would call people and tell them to close our flight plan. Or you could tell them to extend our flight plan. You know, tell them it's going to, give us another 45 minutes.
And I would call, it'd be, or wait a minute, let's see here. 122, like 2.2 or 0.3 or 0.5? Or is it a different frequency? Is it all the same frequency everywhere?
You remember the one I showed you? There's one indicated on your chart. You know, these are RCOs. That right there.
Is that also 122.85? Can you read that?
Yeah, let me see what that is. Okay. Southwest Washington RCO, 122.55. And that's a Seattle radio.
Okay. I think I'll just close it at this point.
Okay.
122.55. Seattle Radio, Luscombe 1813 Kilo. I'd like to close my flight plan. And we're well over pattern altitude, so... .55.
Yep. They don't seem to be talking to you.
No.
Are you sure you're on 122.55?
Yep.
Okay, I agree with that. Try them again. Just call Seattle Radio and give your call sign.
Seattle Radio, Luscombe 1813 Kilo.
Tell them you're over Kelso.
Seattle Radio, Luscombe 1813 Kilo, over Kelso. There's a helicopter down there.
He's not talking to you, huh? Okay, we'll try a different one. Try 122.35. And that's also Seattle Radio.
Oh, my volume was down a little bit.
Okay.
On my radio.
Okay, maybe that'll do it. Turn the volume up.
Let me go back to 5-5.
We're eastbound. Yeah, please.
And
Kelso traffic, live flight 7, close in for the ramp.
Let me... 122.55.
Okay.
Let me try it again and just tell them that my volume was down.
Okay.
Seattle Radio, Luscombe 1813 Kilo. I called you just a minute ago, but my radio volume was down. Did you get my transmission? That's 122.55.
Yeah, but they have a lot of different frequencies, see, and they're not sure which one you called on. So
I went back to the first one that I talked to them on.
Right. What, 122.55?
Yep.
Yeah, but they still don't know where you are. See, so they've got a lot of different frequencies they listen to.
So make another call and tell them where I am again?
Yes.
Seattle Radio, Luscombe 1813 Kilo, over Kelso.
And 122.55.
On 122.55.
Well, maybe that frequency's out of service. I don't know. Try 122.35. That's at Vancouver.
And that's still Seattle Radio?
Yep.
Seattle traffic, Luscombe 1813 Kilo, over Kelso on 122.35. And we're well over pattern altitude, so...
Aircraft calling Seattle Radio, 12235. Say again your call sign.
November 1813 Kilo.
November 1318 Kilo, or November 1813 Kilo. Seattle Radio, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Luscombe 1813 Kilo. I'd like to close my flight plan, please.
November 13 Kilo, that flight plan has been closed. We'll show you on the grounds here at Papa Bravo. If there's nothing else, you can have a good day.
Luscombe 1813 Kilo, thanks for your help.
Okay.
All right, it's just about 3 miles to the east of the field, descending to 1,500, and a power failure just to the west side of the river.
Okay, so people are taking off.
Boost traffic, runway
30.
585 is turn final for 33. Scappoose.
So,
Scappoose traffic, Cessna 170s on the east bank of the Columbia River. Going to make a right 45 entry for runway 33 on the grass, Scappoose.
So Kelso, it's right-hand pattern for
traffic. Grumman 42 Lima's over Sturgeon Lake eastbound. Last call 1,300.
It's a right-hand pattern for 1-2, so that should make it a left-hand for runway 3. And I just saw someone take off on runway 3. So, let's see here.
I believe that would be runway 30.
Or 30, yeah.
Runway 3 is
no,
not
that's the wrong one. That's wrong. Yep.
That's 30 degrees.
I got it. Yep. Yep. So 1-2 is right hand. So 30 would be left hand pattern. So I will make a radio call. I'm going to fly that away for a couple miles and make a teardrop into a left 45 for left downwind for 30.
And what altitude will you be on that?
I'll be at 1,000.
At the 45?
So before I enter the downwind, I need to be, so I can descend on the 45 while I'm on the 45.
Well, yeah, but you want to be...
Or should I be at pattern altitude when I start the 45?
No.
Okay.
Not necessarily.
Okay, but by the time I enter the downwind. Okay.
Yeah. Runway 33.
You want to enter the pattern at level.
Yep, gotcha. Kelso traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilos, 2,000 over the field, descending to make a teardrop to a 45 for the downwind for runway 30, Kelso.
Kelso traffic, Cardinal 30 Bravos, 2.5 miles to the inbound on the RNAV 12 at 2,000 feet, and we'll stay at 2,000, stay out of the traffic pattern, Kelso.
Boost traffic, Cessna 545 Delta Sierra, turning right base for runway 33.
Boost traffic, Cessna 61585, turning right downwind for 33.
Using runway 33 at Scappoose.
Yeah, okay.
Scappoose traffic, Cardinal 67 Mike on 45, right downwind runway 33, Scappoose.
And Scappoose traffic, Cessna 545 Delta Sierra, turning final runway 33.
Clear right.
And Scappoose traffic, Cessna 172 is over the slough, maneuvering for a 45 for downwind runway 33 on the grass, full stop, Scappoose.
Yeah, Scappoose traffic, Cessna 170s, midfield, turning right downwind. I have the downwind traffic, full stop on the grass on 33, Scappoose.
What's that?
Scappoose is busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a pretty active airport.
Kelso traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilos on a 45 to left downwind for runway 30, Kelso.
And Scappoose traffic, Cessna 172, turning a 45 for downwind runway 33 on the grass, full stop, Scappoose.
Scappoose traffic, Cessna 585, right base for 33, touch and go.
And the guy just took off here. Kelso traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilos on a left downwind for runway 30, Kelso.
Scappoose traffic, Cardinal 67 Mike, right downwind for runway 33, full stop, Scappoose.
Scappoose, Cessna 170, turning right base number 2, full stop on the grass, Scappoose.
Scappoose traffic, Cessna 585, turning final 33, touch and go.
I descended a little bit low.
Scappoose traffic, Cessna 172, turning downwind, runway 33 on the grass, full stop, Scappoose.
Kelso traffic, Tower 5185 Tango, crosswind turning downwind for 30, Kelso.
And Scappoose traffic, Cessna 545 Delta Sierra, turning crosswind, runway 33.
Kelso traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilos, turning left base for runway 30, Kelso.
Scappoose, Cessna 170s on final for runway 33 on the grass.
Hey, when do you start your descent?
Scappoose traffic, Cardinal 67.
Oh, I was already a little bit below pattern altitude, so.
just wondering.
And a right downwind for runway 33.
What's that?
I was just wondering.
Cessna 170 is going to extend my downwind just a little bit for the crosswind or the base traffic.
Kelso traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilos, turning final for 30, Kelso.
I bet that stuff is heading for Seattle. All those containers.
Caboose traffic, Cessna 117 Gulf Sierra is departing the pattern to the east. Caboose traffic, Cessna 172 right base, runway 33 on the grass, full stop, Caboose.
Caboose traffic, Cardinal 67 Mike on final, runway 33, Caboose.
Caboose traffic, Cessna 172, turning a long final for runway 33 on the grass. Full stop, Caboose. Kelso traffic, Centaury 5185 Tango, turning base for 30. Kelso.
Oops.
Right downwind, 340.
Boy, they've been doing a lot of nice work on these airports.
So this blacktop looks brand new, doesn't it?
Yeah, it did it Chehalis too. Must be some FAA money floating around.
You mean our money, right? Taxpayer money.
Yep.
That's your money, that's my money. So, at least we're using the runways, huh?
Yep.
Was that guy in a long final or something? He said turning final like a minute ago.
I think that was Caboose. There he is. Just landed.
Oh, I didn't even see him. He just
I didn't either till
snuck
he
right by me. No, it was a
Satabra.
Yes, he said Satabria at Kelso. I knew I heard that. I just never saw him. Oh, is this where people take off, or do they go to the end?
Oh, the end.
Okay, just trying to figure out where the
Can't use the runway
tarmac went.
you.
Yeah. I just didn't know if that was the end or not. Okay, I'm going to stop here for a second because I like to figure out what I'm going to do before I take off. Somebody taught me that recently. I don't know if that other guy's coming. Alright. So we want to head the same direction, so that was 159. On to Scappoose. We're going to cross the Columbia River. Boy. And then I've got a microwave tower off our right. About halfway. And then I've got a town off our left as we get within a few miles of the airport. And they're using 3-3. So what I'll do is I'll come in from I'll stay west of the airport, and I'll just make a 45 for the downwind for 3-3.
I think it's right traffic. Did you hear that?
Let's see, Scappoose. Oh, it is. Right pattern for 33. Okay, well then, so I guess the thing to do then, with the way you would approach it, is just fly a couple miles east of the airport and make a 45 for a right downwind. All right, that'll be my first right traffic.
Exactly where you're going to enter. Yeah.
Yeah, but in general, you'd do a 45 if there's no reason to do it another way? As good a way as any?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Now we got another guy coming in here. And let's see, Scappoose. That's also 122.8, but I know that because we've been hearing him. All right. All right.
This is the same guy.
Okay, gotcha. Let me do a quick run up here just with some carb heat. Now there he is. Kelso traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilo, taking off runway 30 and we'll be making a downwind departure to the south, Kelso. And there he goes. Oh.
Traffic, Discovery 5185 Tango, crosswind turning downwind, and we'll be departing the pattern to the southeast. Kelso traffic.
Kelso traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilos, turning left crosswind for runway 30, Kelso. Kelso traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilos, turning left downwind for runway 30, Kelso.
Now, you can just take off on the heading that you want to fly.
All right, yep. Which is actually 159, same as before.
Yeah, actually I think that heading was more like 157 or something like that, because that's what it should have been.
So looking at this map, we want to cross the river and sort of fly along its right bank here, so I think...
Rail traffic, Skyhawk 859 Juliet Tango on iOS runway 26, low approach, 12 mile final.
Yeah, you're just about...
So, based on the map, yeah, I think this is...
155 is pretty close.
Okay, yeah. Kelso traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilos, departing the area to the south, Kelso. And Scappoose is also almost sea level, so it should be about 1,000 feet pattern altitude.
Actually, we're on 145 right now, aren't we? Your heading right now is about 145.
Yep, and I was just verifying what I've got here on the map, and I do have immediately after taking off, cross the river and just stay on the right-hand side of the river there. All right, so we want to approach from the east since it's a right-hand pattern.
Head out of traffic, right down.
Did you start your timer?
I did not.
How long is the flight from Kelso?
California traffic, 2 minutes, skydiving directly over the field, 35 below, use caution near yourself.
Minutes.
Okay.
So I don't know what the name of the town is, but I see on my map here a town, and I believe it's just a hair off to the left of our nose, and Scappoose will be off to the right of that a couple miles further.
What town is that?
St. Helens?
Okay. You'll be asked that question.
Oh, that's an example. Okay.
Sorry. 859 Juliet Tango on Ohio, runway 26 approach. 1 mile from Rhino,
So we'll fly off the right of that, and
Caboose traffic, red wind, high wind about 5 miles to the northeast. I'll be entering on the 45 for right downwind landing, runway 33 Caboose.
Although we do want to come in from the east, so...
Well, you're on 155 right now. I think your compass is pretty accurate now.
Is it better, you think?
Yeah.
So really I want to fly maybe a hair more easterly so that I come in from the east for that 45.
I've got you flying 160 magnetic.
Oh. It's pretty close, huh?
Yep.
So I'm going to veer just a tiny bit to the east of where I was thinking so that we can set up on that 45. So just before, actually I'll go ahead and make a call right now. Caboose traffic, Luscombe 1813 Kilo, 10 miles to the north. We'll be making a 45 for right downwind for runway 33 Caboose.
So what is your estimated time of arrival?
Boy, right now.
Are you Clayton?
See, that's when it would be helpful
Caboose traffic, red
to
wind,
know when
is
you're
on the 45 for right downwind for runway 33.
When to start your timer.
Yeah. So, 5.
Standard City traffic, Caravan 9829 Bravo over the prison.
That's another question you'll be asked.
What's that?
That's another question you'll be asked.
All right.
And that's after you have your destination has been changed on.
So I would say we're about 10 miles out right now, and that should take us 6 minutes. So I'm going to say 3:54. You want to see how far off I am?
Okay.
But that's going to be off because I'm going to do the 45 and the downwind. So let's say 3:56. So let's say 8 minutes from now.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Yeah. Actually, so I think that's St. Helens right there. I was looking at something over here, but I'm going to fly straight towards what I think is St. Helens.
Now start looking at some other checkpoints besides that and verifying what you're saying.
Actually,
you're flying right over top of a highway.
Yep, I was just going to look for that. I saw a town and a highway. Actually, you know what? This is St. Helens right here. So the airport. So we're right here. So the airport, I don't know, should be.
See where the highway,
let's see.
How does it run? How does
so the airport, I think, is just to the left. Oh, I see the airport.
See? Look for details.
Caboose traffic, Luscombe 1813 Kilo over St. Helens at 2500, descending to make a 45 for right downwind for 33 Caboose.
And you said 3:56, you said?
Yeah, but, well, we're closer than I thought we were.
Well,
so it's going to be sooner than that.
Going to be not much sooner.
Yeah.
Well, I got 350 right now. You're going to get there. Yeah, we'll get there a couple minutes early.
Yeah, but my reasoning wasn't too far off.
No.
I just didn't know we made it quite to St. Helens yet.
Well, you're still looking at one particular spot and then disregarding everything else that's out there. So you're throwing away a lot of evidence about where you are.
Yeah. That's the airport right here, right?
I see it.
Yeah. Well, I just want to make sure I'm looking at the right thing. I see the rows of hangars
What
off.
evidence tells you that that's the airport?
A big empty field, and then hangars I've got lined up over to the west of it.
Any other information? It's west of it's east of the town, isn't it?
Well, it's southwest of St. Helens.
No, it's southwest of St. Helens, but what about Scappoose?
Oh, it should be just north of the city, which it is. Well, stuff's kind of scattered around.
Yeah, but how about the highway?
Yeah.
Any other information you might be able to find to verify it?
Maybe this lake right here? But it's a little tough to see on the map, but I think it's there. Scappoose traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilos on a 45 for a right downwind for 33 Scappoose.
You're way high.
Yeah.
Plan ahead. They used to have a name right on the middle of the runway. I don't see it now.
Scappoose traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilos, turning right downwind for 33 Scappoose.
Yeah, they don't have that name there anymore. And 54. 2 minutes early.
Yeah, we were closer than I thought. Scappoose traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilo, turning right base for runway 33 Scappoose. Scappoose traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilo, turning final for runway 33 Scappoose. Yeah, a little high, but I'll probably turn base a little bit soon.
You got a lot of runway.
Yeah.
On 70.
Now, which way should I exit?
Right, it looks like.
Oh yeah, he's driving over there.
Either way.
Yeah, I guess so, because there's a ton of hangars over here.
Taxiways go both ways.
All right.
There's hangars on both sides.
That's what I was thinking. It looked like either way. I'll go this way.
Just take the first one you come to.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Regardless of which side it's on, go ahead and get off. I gotcha. How do you feel about getting out and stretching for a minute?
Okay. There's one over here.
Yeah.
There's one over there. Take your pick.
Yeah, I think I'll go over here. We're almost there.
Departing to the east, Scappoose.
Scappoose traffic, Luscombe 1813 kilos, clear of 33 Scappoose. We'll just pull in here. We can get out for a couple minutes and stretch our legs.
Scappoose traffic, Cessna 117 Golf Sierra, turning left or right downwind for 33 Scappoose, full stop.
down a little early, but then you didn't overreact.